Machiavelli's 50 Rules of Power. Brutal Lessons for a Ruthless World. Hello and welcome back to Fire Within Tales. Today I'm going to take you into the mind of one of history's most misunderstood and most feared thinkers, Niccolò Machiavelli. When people hear his name, they often think of manipulation, deceit, and cold political games. But that's only part of the story. Machiavelli wasn't just a schemer. He was a keen observer of human nature. He understood that the world doesn't reward the pure-hearted. It rewards the prepared. He lived in Renaissance Italy, a time of shifting alliances, ruthless rulers, and constant danger. In that world, survival depended not on good intentions, but on sharp judgment, calculated moves, and the ability to adapt faster than your enemies. The 50 quotes you're about to hear aren't just dusty relics from the past. They are timeless strategies for navigating modern life. Whether you're climbing a corporate ladder, building your personal empire, or simply learning how to protect yourself from those who would use you. Some of these quotes will inspire you. Others might unsettle you. But every single one will force you to confront uncomfortable truths. Truths that, once you understand them, give you an edge most people will never have. So, if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel. Because here, we don't just talk about motivation. We dissect power. We strip away illusions. And we give you the tools to stand unshakable in a world that's always trying to push you over. Let's begin. Power and control. 1. It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. In a perfect world, you'd be loved and respected at the same time. But the world isn't perfect. Fear creates boundaries love cannot. Love is fragile. Fear is enduring. If you must choose, choose the one that guarantees survival. 2. The first method for estimating the intelligence of a ruler is to look at the men he has around him. Your circle is your mirror. If you surround yourself with mediocrity, you reveal your own weakness. Strong leaders choose strong allies, not yes men. 3. The wise man does at once what the fool does finally. Hesitation is a silent killer. Delay turns advantage into vulnerability. The wise act swiftly, while the fool waits for perfect conditions that never come. 4. He who wishes to be obeyed must know how to command. Authority is not about shouting the loudest. It's about clarity, confidence, and the ability to inspire trust even when your orders are difficult to follow. 5. Before all else, be armed. Preparation beats intention. Whether it's physical, mental, or strategic, you cannot influence the game if you're not ready to defend your position. 6. A prince never lacks legitimate reasons to break his promise. Promises are tools, not chains. The naive keep promises when circumstances have changed. The powerful adjust their course without apology when survival demands it. 7. Men are quicker to forget the death of their father than the loss of their patrimony. Touch a man's pride, he might forgive you. Touch his wealth, and you've made an enemy for life. Understand what people value most, and you'll understand how to control them. 8. The promise given was a necessity of the past. The word broken is a necessity of the present. Loyalty is admirable, until it becomes self-destruction. When reality changes, adapt your commitments or be crushed by them. 9. The vulgar crowd always is taken by appearances, and the world consists chiefly of the vulgar. Most people will believe what they see, not what is true. Control the image, and you control the masses. 10. Men judge generally more by the eye than by the hand, for everyone can see but few can feel. Reality is irrelevant if perception is in your favor. Never underestimate the power of appearances in shaping decisions, human nature, and harsh truths. 11. Men are driven by two principal impulses, either by love or by fear. Strip away the illusions, and you'll find every human action rooted in one of these forces. If you can't inspire love, ensure you command fear. 12. The promise given was a necessity of the past. The word broken is a necessity of the present. Loyalty shifts when survival is at stake. People will betray you not because they are evil, but because their circumstances changed. 13. Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. Your true self is invisible to most. They judge your mask, not your soul. Learn to wear the right mask for the right audience. 14. The vulgar crowd always is taken by appearances, and the world consists chiefly of the vulgar. Truth rarely matters in mass opinion. Appear powerful, and they'll believe you are. Appear weak, and they'll step over you. 15. Men sooner forget the death of their father than the loss of their inheritance. Loss of love is painful, but loss of resources cuts deeper. Money, property, and security outweigh sentiment in most hearts. 16. Hatred is gained as much by good works as by evil. Do enough good, and you'll still make enemies, often because your success exposes their inadequacy. 17. The wise man does at once what the fool does finally. Opportunity is a door that doesn't stay open forever. The masses wait for certainty. The few act before it's obvious. 18. The injury that is to be done to a man ought to be of such a kind that one does not stand in fear of revenge. If you must strike, strike so decisively that retaliation is impossible. Half measures only breed future conflict. 19. He who becomes a prince through the favor of the people should always keep them friendly. Power granted by the masses can be taken away just as easily. Keep their loyalty or prepare for revolt. 20. Men are ungrateful, fickle, false, cowardly, covetous, and as long as you succeed, they are yours entirely. Most people are loyal only to their own benefit. Understand this, and you will never be blindsided by betrayal. Strategy and tactics. 21. Never attempt to win by force what can be won by deception. Brute force drains resources and creates resistance. Deception, when executed well, wins without a fight, and leaves fewer enemies. 22. A prince never lacks legitimate reasons to break his promise. In politics, business, or survival, promises are tools. The strong understand that changing course is not betrayal, it's adaptation. 23. He who wishes to be obeyed must know how to command. Leadership isn't about authority on paper. It's about clarity, decisiveness, and earning the respect that makes people follow without hesitation. 24. The wise man does at once what the fool does finally. Hesitation costs more than mistakes. The fool acts when the window of opportunity has already closed. 25. Before all else, be armed. Preparation is the foundation of strategy. Whether that means actual weapons, financial stability, or mental readiness, be ready before you need to be. 26. Whosoever desires constant success must change his conduct with the times. Rigid strategies die with changing seasons. The winners are those who adapt without losing their core advantage. 27. The one who adapts his course of action to the times will succeed. History doesn't reward the stubborn. It rewards the flexible who know when to strike and when to wait. 28. The promise given was a necessity of the past. The word broken is a necessity of the present. Commitments are situational. The leader who survives is the one who refuses to be chained by yesterday's words. 29. Fortune favors the bold. Caution keeps you safe, but boldness builds empires. You cannot seize what you won't reach for. 30. The best fortress which a prince can possess is the affection of his people. Defenses can be breached, armies can be defeated, but a loyal base is a shield stronger than walls. Timing and opportunity. 31. Fortune is like a woman. If you wish to keep her under, it is necessary to beat and ill-use her. Machiavelli's metaphor is brutal by modern standards, but his meaning is clear. Opportunity is wild, and only those bold enough to seize it with force will hold it. 32. Fortune favors the bold. Luck is rarely random. It tilts toward those who take risks when others hesitate. 33. Whosoever desires constant success must change his conduct with the times. Methods that work today will fail tomorrow if you don't evolve. Adaptation isn't optional. It's survival. 34. The one who adapts his course of action to the times will succeed. Timing isn't just about acting fast. It's about acting right for the moment you're in. 35. There is nothing more difficult to take in hand, more perilous to conduct, or more uncertain in its success than to take the lead in the introduction of a new order of things. Pioneers face resistance. Leading change means carrying the weight of doubt and the risk of failure until the world catches up. 36. A wise man will always follow the roads that have been trodden by great men and imitate those who have been supreme. Success leaves clues. Study the paths of those who came before, then adapt them to your own terrain. 37. It is better to act and repent than not to act and regret. Action may cost you, but inaction costs more. It robs you of both opportunity and growth. 38. The vulgar crowd always is taken by appearances, and the world consists chiefly of the vulgar. Most people will follow trends, not truths. If you can shape what they see, you can shape what they do. 39. The best fortress is to be found in the love of the people. A ruler with loyalty behind him stands stronger than any wall or weapon. 40. Men in general judge more from appearances than from reality. Control perception, and you control the narrative. The story others tell about you becomes your greatest weapon. Leadership and legacy. 41. A prince is also esteemed when he is a true friend and a true enemy. Half-hearted loyalty and vague hostility only breed confusion. Respect comes when you commit fully, whether in alliance or in opposition. 42. The ends justify the means. One of Machiavelli's most infamous lines. Morality bends under the weight of survival and victory. In the real world, results speak louder than intentions. 43. The best fortress which a prince can possess is the affection of his people. Fear can hold power, but loyalty keeps it. Win their trust, and they will defend you without command. 44. A wise ruler ought never to keep faith when by doing so it would be against his interests. Loyalty to your own survival outweighs loyalty to an agreement that endangers it. 45. A prince never lacks legitimate reasons to break his promise. Circumstances shift, and so must your commitments. The weak are trapped by their word. The strong adapt. 46. One change always leaves the way open for the establishment of others. A single disruption can cascade into total transformation. Use the first change as leverage for greater ones. 47. Wars begin when you will, but they do not end when you please. Conflict is easy to start, but once unleashed, It controls you as much as you control it. Choose your battles carefully. 48. The worth of a man is in proportion to the objects he pursues. Your ambition defines your scale. Small aims make small men. Great aims forge greatness. 49. The more sand has escaped from the hourglass of our life, the clearer we should see through it. Age sharpens perspective, if you pay attention. Use your time to gain clarity, not to repeat old mistakes. 50. Men rise from one ambition to another. First, they seek to secure themselves against attack, and then they attack others. Ambition evolves. Once safety is secured, the next instinct is expansion. Understand this cycle, and you can predict human behavior. Machiavelli has been called a cynic, a manipulator, even a villain. But beneath the harshness of his words lies a deep truth, one most people are too afraid to face. The world does not reward naive goodness. It rewards awareness, adaptability, and the courage to act when others freeze. These 50 quotes are not instructions to be ruthless for the sake of cruelty. They are reminders that power is fragile, trust is conditional, and human nature is predictable. If you understand these truths, you will see the world with sharper eyes, and you will play the game with a different level of mastery. The choice is yours. Ignore these lessons and let others shape your fate, or use them to stand unshakable, untouchable, and unafraid. So which of these 50 struck you the hardest? Which one exposed a truth you always felt but never put into words? Write it in the comments, because your answer will say more about you than you think. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Fire Within Tales. Here, we don't just feed you motivation. We give you the strategies that history's sharpest minds used to win, survive, and leave their mark. Until next time, keep your eyes open, your moves calculated, and your will unbreakable.